SOC.
What was your outing yesterday?
It actually got canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we lost power at probably 6 in the morning. Like, the storms here were serious, so they canceled. It was the American Legion one.
Oh, it's for the Legion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, they canceled it, so we
Why'd they cancel it?
They didn't have power. Like, it was nuts out here.
Oh, the course didn't have, what, Royal or?
Royal, yeah. They didn't have power. We had down trees, everything. We woke up, we heard chainsaws roaring everywhere, so.
Ugh.
We ended up, some of us ended up going and playing. Me and Ashley played by ourselves, but.
Where at?
At Highlands. Their power came on at like 11 or something.
Oh, so they just couldn't start in time, but then they opened later.
Well, yeah, they just shut down the outing, but the course was open, so we went out there. It is nice when your wife plays golf and she's good too.
Right.
So, because when we play in outings, like when they can tee off from the red tees, that's huge.
Well, yeah. I mean, what, you're going to use their drive 9 out of 10 times compared to anybody off the whites.
Yeah, I mean, their tee
unless
boxes,
you stripe one 280 plus straight.
Yeah.
You're using the women's straight one.
Yeah, like a lot of the holes, they're 100 yards in front of ours too. So
if they can drive it 170 yards, it's a 270-yard drive for you.
That's
straight.
There's a few silent killers that nobody talks about on the genuine quality scale, and that's one that like you'll never hear anybody complain about. I feel like
no,
unless you're playing stroke play against your wife or some female and something. Right. Yeah, no, it's great.
So I'm cultivating Malin to be a golfer because when she's in her 20s, I'm like, hey, you're coming with us. A, you're driving.
Yeah.
Like you're driving me home.
Yeah.
And B, you're driving on the course as well.
It is nice. It's a great sport for kids to get into, but so is softball like done?
It's about to start back up. It was done. It was done for a month.
It was done for a month.
It was done for July. It starts in 2 weeks, August 19th.
How old is Malin?
8.
She's 8. That 10-year-old range is when sports parents just ruin the sports for us.
Because right now she's still in rec. And rec it's fun. It's like competitive and like serious, but it's like this fall. It's 5 Saturdays. That's it. Done.
That's not bad.
5 Saturdays, 2 games a Saturday. Done by end of September. Done for the year.
End of September.
And then it's done till mid-April.
Yeah.
So it's once you get into the travel things and all that stuff, that's when it gets all silly-nilly and people just sell their whole lives for it. And
they sell their everything.
Yeah, all summer long. Don't do any vacations.
Yeah, like they sell their everything. Like they'll be like struggling to pay bills to take their kids to freaking Arkansas for a tournament and stuff. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. People get into that stuff though.
Now, and I have to be careful about how much I'm saying. Like Kelsey and I have a lot of discussions about it, and we're like keeping ourselves in check. But yeah, I understand that a lot of people started off that way and they get swept up, and next thing you know, flash forward 4 years, and they've sold their souls.
Yeah,
they were once a rational human being who sold their soul. So I don't want to be called out 5 years from now. Like, remember when you said never?
Yeah,
here you are.
Make an ink mark on this. Like, no, back in 2003.
I know. You said.
2023.
You said.
Yeah.
That's why we're getting her into like 4-H and other stuff to like. If you got other stuff, then you can't just sell your soul because you like.
Yeah.
Well, she wants to do that, so you just like, okay, well, we're not gonna do this kind of softball because you want to go to this summer camp for a week and you want to go do 4-H and have a horse. So I think that's the thing. I think if you sell out for one thing, you're gonna just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
I think if you like do a bunch of stuff, then you stay like balanced.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. I'm like I said, I coached everything. Jack growing up, and then you hit that age and that group of parents. Jack's grade is like a very athletic grade, and they take it real seriously.
It is grade by grade. That's interesting you said that. It's very grade by grade.
Jack's grade is a very athletic grade.
Mm-hmm.
So it was tough. Like I was never a superstar in sports. Like I played some sports, but I never really cared enough to like really put effort into it.
No, me neither.
And that's kind of how Jack was. He's like, I'll play. I don't know. I'm not. He's not the kid. I wasn't the kid that's just going to go outside and just throw a baseball against a return for 5 hours and that kind of thing. So once you get to that grade where You like it's
You have to do that almost to stay up.
Yeah, it's surprisingly early how quick parents are like, he's going pro. Like he's going pro.
Right.
He's getting a scholarship. I mean, like he's 10.
Right.
You know, but those parents like, you know, like you get in that situation where it's like I'd be up to bat and all the parents would be like, oh my gosh, like he's gonna strike
Not
out.
him.
And we're gonna, yeah, exactly, not him. I was the not him kid. So it's we played up until that point. Once they started getting serious, it was just like it's not in our genetic makeup to be.
No, I was good at fielding in baseball. I was not a good batter at all. I did not have good hand-eye coordination. That's why like when Malin started doing stuff, I was so shocked because neither me or Kelsey have great hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
and she just has freakish hand-eye coordination. Like the first time she ever swung a golf club when she was like 4, she hit an in the air drive for like 50, 60 yards. It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Like she's going pro.
Like I couldn't do that when I was 14.
Yeah.
Like if she was 4, she just, I don't know. But that's what we were talking about the other day, Kelsey and I was like our goals is for them to just be like well-rounded and stay busy with stuff and not just get into trouble. Like my problem was I quit everything.
Yeah.
And so all I did was chase parties.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to, like trying hard. I was one of those kids. I was one of those turds that like you make fun of kids for being motivated about anything.
Oh yeah.
Or like if you're a try hard, then you're just like a whatever. Even though like some of them are really popular because they're like really good at stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a defense mechanism because I wasn't that good at stuff, so it's just easier to make fun of it.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Like sweet home run, sweet practice for 2 hours, freaking dork.
Yeah, way to be the captain of the football team and score all the touchdowns. Sweet.
Exactly. I bet you want to make your parents proud of you, freaking loser.
Yeah, I think that was a defense mechanism for me for not being good at anything.
Yeah.
But the only thing I was good at was drums, and I got made fun of so much that I quit
it. Is there a picture of you in a band outfit? That's all I want to know.
No. Because I was out of band before high school.
Okay.
So I played 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and then freshman I quit after 8th grade because I got made fun of so much. At my school, it was cooler to be in choir than band, so I quit band and sang choir.
Ooh, there you go. There were some perks of choir.
You had to do one or the other freshman year.
Okay.
You had to.
Okay.
And so I quit band and joined choir. Part of it too was like my sister was like the band kid.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do everything opposite of my sister because I just did.
Yeah.
We were so opposite.
I get that. There were some perks of choir though.
Sure.
There were some perks of choir.
Choir trips.
Choir trips were real life. Yeah, the ladies were usually in choir too.
Wow.
Well, and you sing like an angel. Wow. So that never hurt anything.
When you get a solo freshman year, sing Lone Star's "Amazed." You tend to gather affections of the opposite gender.
Just making eye contact, just staring over, making eye contact with certain vixens up there in the bleachers.
Legend has it, the front row of ladies at that concert were all impregnated immediately just by watching me sing "Amazed."
You just held that A biter so long.
Yeah, I channeled my Conway Twitty.
Oh, I get it. That's kind of how. But we did the make fun of trying in the Marines too a little bit, but I don't think that was a defense mechanism. I think that was a genuine, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
The Marines, I think, was my transition. I was like both. I feel like I tried really hard when I thought it should be, but then when it was like dumb stuff, I was like, no, I'm not trying it. This is stupid.
Yeah.
This doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then, but like, I still hadn't grasped, like, to be successful, you gotta just try hard at all parts of it, even the stuff you don't like. I think that's kind of like probably the downfall of the Marines is I kind of picked and choose. Like, we were just like, we're not Garrison Marines. So this whole side of being a Marine, we're not doing.
Right.
We're only going to do field Marine stuff, or we're not doing nothing.
Right.
And then that turned into, like, almost being against everything that Marines, like, have the long hair, have all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, then once we got out and we struggled for a couple of years or whatever, and then college was kind of the same thing. Like, I didn't try hard in college because I didn't feel the need to.
Yeah, no.
But I told myself when I got hired where I'm at now, I was like, no, I don't care what it, like, this isn't, it all matters now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
None of it mattered till then. Now it's like, okay, this is like how your life is going to shape out. Like,
oh, yeah.
Now is not the time for being cool and naysaying the top brass and like going against the company. Like, now is not the time.
Yeah, you got like people that depend on you.
Yeah, like you could be cool and be poor, or or.
Hey, just hear me out here.
Or you could try to be a golden child and climb your way up and
that's right.
Do good.
That's right.
I don't know. It's interesting to how that like all kind of changed over the years.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I've never really had to apply myself at anything until I wanted to learn dents with Mike.
Yeah.
I got through high school without trying. Now, granted, I had to go to summer school a couple times, but I came up with a theory that I'm like, so you mean to tell me I cannot do anything all year and go to summer school for 3 or 4 weeks with like the kids that forget to write their names on the paper,
right?
And just get A's and everything. I'm like, this is great. Like, right. I would fail with flying colors in high school.
Yes.
And then just take summer school. I'm like, that was really great. Like I never really tried. I mean, you have to try obviously at some things, but I never like went above and beyond in the cream corn. College was a joke.
Oh yeah. My first semester in college, I got Dean's List. I got a letter. I got all A's, and I was on the Dean's List. I go, oh, this is easy. And that's immediately when I stopped trying.
Yeah.
The rest of all college, it was just whatever grades. It was A's and B's and the easy stuff, C's and D's and math and stats.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, that was D's get degrees.
So, D's get degrees. That's what Mark always says. Goes, you know what they call the kid with the lowest score in law school? A lawyer.
Yeah, a lawyer. Yeah.
He's like, so I never really tried any of that. But once I saw the opportunity Mike gave me with dents, I was like, I'm going to really apply myself with this.
Yeah. Now it's like this or what?
Yeah. I was in the situation where it's like I can either fix dents in cars or who knows what else. And I had Jack already.
Right.
And me and Ashley were engaged when I was learning that. But yeah, that's when you want to try it. That's what I worry about with Jack so much is it's like that's how we're wired. If we don't have any vested interest or want to learn something, we're not going to.
Yep.
And that's why we get into this with like the whole like ADHD thing, which I was diagnosed with, and well, you need to take Adderall.
So was I.
Yeah, then you take Adderall,
which my dad hated.
Oh,
he was like, "This is stupid."
Yeah,
he doesn't have this. Yeah. He just doesn't care. Yeah. He's not trying.
Yeah, and then you take a 30 milligram Adderall. Yeah, 16-year-olds, and you're just like. Sit there in class.
Legal math.
Yeah, dude. You're just
focusing.
You're just watching algebra on the board, like, I got it. Yeah. Somebody ask a question like you're wasting time asking this question. We should be learning. But yeah.
Yeah.
But you put hunting, shooting. I think that's why I tinker so much with like cutting arrows and building rifles and like anything like that I can kind of learn about that I'm interested in and get real into. But if I'm not.
Yeah. I ran into a teacher of mine at church like 2 or 3 months ago, and we made eye contact. I recognized her. She's like younger. She's probably like 45, 50 right now. Yeah. I was like, she goes, Austin? I go, and my memory's horrible. I was like, you were my teacher. She's like, yeah, and it was my English. I knew she was an English teacher. I just could not remember her name. How you been? We caught up, whatever. I introduced her to my family. And I was like, yeah. I was like, sorry for kind of being a turd. She's like, you weren't a bad kid. She goes, you just weren't challenged and you were bored.
Yeah.
She goes, I knew you were smart. She goes, you were just bored, so you made your own things to occupy yourself because you weren't interested in any of this. So you just talked and joked and got in trouble because you didn't care about this.
Yeah.
She's like, I could tell you're smart from the moment you walked in.
Yeah.
And that was like my whole thing. That was my dad's always issue. It was like, he's smart. He just doesn't care. It's like, well, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Why would you?
I don't want to do any of this. What I get in history class, A's and B's.
Yeah.
What I get in English and math, C's and D's, because I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I knew back then I'll never use algebra in my life.
Yeah.
I'll never do a field where math is important. I'm not going to be a structural engineer.
Right.
Just not going to be it.
Yeah. That's what my dad used to always joke about that. He'd always be doing something and always say, well, another day without using algebra.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I actually got a Saturday school for telling Mr. Weaver, my algebra teacher, that algebra was stupid, and the only people that needed to know how to do it were people that grew up to be algebra teachers to teach it to other kids that were never going to know how to do it. It's like I sent people off. It's like I was Saturday school for it. I mean, I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you stand proven correctly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun. That's always fun to see teachers in the wild too.
Yeah.
Like when you're growing up, we have like mutual friends that was one of Jack's teacher's friends, and he's every time he sees her, he's at this yearly party. He's like, it's a teacher in the wild, just doing normal people.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It's weird to see him like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. That's why, I don't know. I don't know if things are just different back then because there's no internet. So parents didn't know about all the different stuff you could do with your kid or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like now there's just a better ability to I don't know if there's more clubs or things, or if it's just accepted to do some of this stuff now that maybe back then it was either sports or school.
Yeah.
I feel like now I don't know, I just feel like there's different stuff that's celebrated now. If your kid gets into, I don't know, whether it's robotics or hunting or some kind of a weird sport that's not a mainstream sport, or some kind of interest, whatever it might be. I feel like it's more accepted now, and it's yeah, whatever it is, who cares? It's not on you to judge if it's a value or not. If it's something that's not harmful that they get into, feed it.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's, what everybody hates on video games, and yes, I don't think that kids should just spend 12 hours a day on video games, but if kids are passionate about it and fun, they get some value from it. It's a challenge. It's a competition.
There's never been a sentence that I wish Jack would have should have been in the room so much here so he could go like this at me the whole time you're saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Dad.
Right.
Yeah. No, I get it though.
It all has to be they can't just sit in front of a TV for 12 hours. But the way that people hate on some stuff like video games, video games are pretty fun. Have you not played them?
They are fun.
I don't play them all the time, but I got that VR headset. I still do that once, twice a week. You hop on that Joker and shoot people. I
haven't done around a contractor for a long time.
I did the other day. It's fun.
Is there new worlds, new maps?
Oh, there is plenty of new maps. I love chucking grenades.
Yeah, the grenades are tough. The problem with that game is you can literally throw a grenade 400 yards.
Yeah, you underhand throw it and it just goes a mile.
Yeah, it's so much 10 feet that way. You throw it over that way, or you drop it on your feet and kill yourself.
Yeah,
I'm basically the Jim Halper of contractors. but yeah, Jax, he's all about them things, which I was too. But also, we only had Nintendo, and we only had Mario 1/Duck Hunt.
Right.
That was the only game we ever played. It was a big doings to go to Blockbuster and rent Karate Kid or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
when I was, 12 or 13, a kid in the neighborhood had a Nintendo 64, and so we went to his house, and his parents were divorced. His mom works. His mom didn't get home till 7 at night, so after school, just go to his house, play Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat's good too.
Yeah, it's I'm Sub-Zero. I'm Sub-Zero. Well, I'm Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
and I just
that's the odd job. Yeah,
nonstop.
Yeah, Sub-Zero is the odd job.
You can't just keep freezing it's cheating. It's not cheating. It's part of the game.
Yeah, all you have to do is hit back one time and you blow it. You don't know if I'm going high or low, but you get what I'm saying.
Right, but I will freeze. Yeah, and I will shatter your body.
Being Alex Williamson got in actual fights over Odd Job and Goldeneye.
Oh yeah,
because if I could select, I knew it. Where I could run through the characters, and as soon as I saw Jaws, I'd let go and it would stop on Odd Job. And if you could click on it before he said no Odd Job, it was a thing.
Yep.
But so I'd crouch down as Odd Job.
Yeah.
It'd be that
you're that tall.
Yeah, if you crouch down as him too, you're a rabbit running around shooting everybody.
You're a rabbit.
Yeah. And I guess with the online thing for kids too now, you can play with your friends online. I say kids, I used to play with you and my brother-in-law and stuff 5-10 years ago when we had the time, but it is if you're up there sitting, I guess there's no real difference between sitting in the same room with somebody playing a video game or being in
online.
your underwear on your own couch playing video games. So.
Right. Yeah, it's just easier now. Now you don't have to go to their house.
Yeah. But, so those days are just done. The old ride your bike to your friend's house and
nobody. Yeah, I mean, because now no offense to people that do, but now the goal is to kind of not. I mean, at least the goal for me and you. It's I don't really want to live in a neighborhood. You want to live like on your own property away from people. So like the only negative of that is like, yeah, your kids can't just, I lived in a little neighborhood when I was a kid, an old neighborhood, but like you left the house and it was just like, you just got to be home at a certain time. You can just do whatever in your neighborhood, and your parents just knew you were in the neighborhood.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
they tell you like stay away from that house and that house.
Yeah. But there's no fast car. There's no big roads that cars are on, so you could just go whatever. And I don't know. Those days are long gone, I think. I don't know. Some people, I'm sure, that still live in neighborhoods probably do that, but all the neighborhoods now are giant and they're sprawling and there's roads everywhere. You don't know half the people in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Our neighborhood was a little circle. There's probably like 40 houses total, and it was just a loop, and everybody was on the outside of the loop and on the inside, and that was the whole neighborhood. So like they knew everybody.
That was the house. Well, that was where the lake was. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's the house you like actually grew up in.
Yeah. I mean, I was born when we came over to the hospital. I lived in that house, and when I went to the Marine Corps, I left that house. Okay, and when I came back from the Marine Corps, I lived in that house for 2 months until me and Zach got a house up in Whitestown or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that was the only house.
I bet that's super rare. That's something that I've always wanted growing up. I moved
a bunch
every couple years growing up. Parents divorced, so I kept playing the mom's house, dad's house card against them, and then they would move and da. But I wanted that, like, for the boys, like, I want this to be their house.
Yep.
Until they grow up and move out, and then we'll get something smaller, more land, hopefully.
Right.
But yeah, that's
it was
pretty cool.
It was like the old fashioned, like, which that neighborhood was built in the 50s, I think, and like it was just a very old fashioned, like, that was like the suburban dream in the 50s and 60s, like the Sandlot movie or whatever. It's like it just there was like probably 10, 15 kids in the neighborhood from like, I was one of the younger ones. I think there was maybe a little bit younger than me. A lot of it was like a couple grades older than me, up to like my sister's grade, and a couple grades older than her. So there was probably like a 10-year range of kids in that neighborhood that like, when it got dark in the summertime, we played cops and robbers, and it was a whole neighborhood game. Nobody yelled, "Get off my lawn," like, because it was full of old people too. It was either old people or young families like us.
Yeah.
And so like everybody just allowed you to just be on their property,
run through the yards, jump the fences, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And like, so we play. There was like a little island. We called it the island. It was when you come into the neighborhood, you can go this way around the loop or this way, and there's like a little island, and like that was home base, and like there'd be like 4 cops, and like the other 10, 15 kids would be the robbers. It's just a giant, you just run wherever in the neighborhood, and the cops all scream, shout to like 100, and they say ready or not, and the goal is to make it back to the home base, but the cops can't stay on the base. They gotta go try to find you.
Gotcha.
And so like you just go hide somewhere, and you'll see cops running past you, and you're in the bushes in the dark, and as soon as they run past you, you get out and you run back. Then they'll always like leave a spy cop to try to get people coming.
A decoy cop.
Yeah. It was like, but like that was like 8, 9 o'clock at night as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And that was fine because you're running by your house like over and over too. But it was the ideal like small town, like American dream situation where there's no fear of anything.
I feel like those types of neighborhoods are getting few and far between now. Now it's more houses with a few acres on them, separating them all, or like vinyl village neighborhoods where there's just
100 houses. You only
cheaply made houses 10 feet from each other.
And you only know 5, 10 people in the whole neighborhood. Out of 100 families, you know 5. So these other 95 we have no idea who's living in that house, what kind of thing, don't go to their thing.
Cars get broken into in those neighborhoods all the time, that kind of stuff. So well, that
was a fun trip down memory lane.
Yeah, it was.
You can tell it's been a couple months since we hung out.
Yeah, it has been. The hail balls consumed my life, and the softballs consumed yours.
Yep.
We had this big idea that we were going to like record golf with GoPros.
That video never saw the light of day.
It didn't. It was so funny. It's really fun when you're the one winning, but when you're not, you just get so furiously mad. And it's not fun to watch 2 people that aren't good at golf play golf.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be full of like really funny one-liners and stuff, but it turned out to be just really junk golf and really junk commentary.
Yeah.
This is like, while we're golfing, we're focusing on taking turns recording, and then when we're driving, we're just obsessed with the shot we just made or did not make, and just mad about that. And you can't even talk about funny stuff because we're just halfway doing two things at once.
You're trying to be fast because there's people behind you. It's like you're trying to trade off a GoPro while there's people in the fairway, like waiting to hit onto the green you're on. So
horrible fail.
Yeah.
And that was one of the last things we did, I guess, before it all kind of fell apart for the summer.
Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. It's fun though. I'm very excited for hunting season to come up again.
Yeah.
My work's slowing down. So I fix dents in cars, so when it hails, like Indiana's just been getting smoked with hail every 3-4 weeks, it seems like. So I've been working crazy. He's been doing his daughter's softball, so we really haven't. It's been
since April or May.
Yeah, it's been 2-3 months, I'd say, since I put that big ass beating on you on the golf course. We haven't even played golf, really, have we?
I don't know if we golfed since then. I think we did golf once or twice after then.
Yeah.
I know we did Highlands. I think Highlands was the last time that we played Highlands.
Yeah. So now
it's been a while. We're back on the horse though.
We are back on the proverbial horse.
I think we got a good plan too to stay on the path now.
So since horse came up, I was gonna do this on a hunting one. I got a very interesting proposition from Larry Maupin. Larry Maupin, who he was actually my drill instructor, and then we went to the same unit together. He is a guide in Colorado, and he drew a bull elk tag, and he asked me if I wanted to go to Colorado with him to just go with him.
Right.
Like I couldn't shoot an elk, obviously, but so I'd make it a cheap, like it wouldn't be like some thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
September, first 2 weeks of September, 8 to 10 miles at 11,000 feet, which is like no joke.
Oh yeah.
You know? So I'd have to start, doing some walking. There's one thing that sucks about it though.
You had to ride horses.
You have to ride horses.
The cursed.
The freaking horses, man. I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, my buddy will pack us up and down like so far on horseback. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I have it in me to go up the Rockies on a horse. I don't do horses. I don't trust them.
Just trusting the horse to not jump off the side of a cliff.
Yeah, and I've never been on a horse. Like I had my extent of horse riding was like the church camps.
Right.
Like
get on the pony with the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Just walk around the whole time. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I don't know about that.
That would be diving into the very deep end.
Yeah.
Without ever swimming before.
That's what I'm saying. So, because he does.
Is that this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's like, he just asked me.
Wow.
He said that about the horses, and we're like, gosh, dang it. So no.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. It'd be nice to see it too.
Right. Experience that kind of hunting.
Yeah. Then
the only difference is you're not pulling the trigger, but you would be on the whole entire hunt.
Yeah.
You're just not the one actually pulling the trigger.
Which it is stupid how expensive it is to go.
Oh, dude.
Like my buddy did it in Montana. It's over $10,000 the whole process. If you go shoot a big elk, flights
with taxidermy, processing.
Yeah, it's $10,000 to go shoot elk. That's crazy.
Yeah, we had that goal of doing that for our 40th, but I don't know if the finances are going to line up by then.
45, 50, I don't know. But at the same time, though, people will go do that to go shoot these suckers.
Right.
Like you got these running around at your farm, and somebody would pay $10,000 to go shoot that thing.
That's the thing that I think hampers you somewhat is like. Yeah. When you kind of have a decent big game animal that you can do on your own property, it's like, I get that it would be beautiful, different scenery, and a giant elk is way different than a whitetail, but you kind of get your fix from just shooting whitetails.
It's very true. That's the other one from the farm right there, which you guys can't see. That's the buck.
He's not bad.
No, he's not bad. He's a real good 9. So there's a deer of there.
That one was just so overshadowed.
Yeah, that was the year of $3.
Right.
That was the year of
Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks, yeah.
Yep.
So that, which I'll splice him in here so you can see him. But that was Austin shot a stupid big buck in Indiana here.
Yep.
And then he shot another one opening day. It was the last hunt.
Yep.
Everything. And I know I've got some video of it. We were sitting in this pop-up blind, like halfway hunting, halfway just hanging out. It was snowing. And like the last night, all of a sudden Austin reaches over and goes, "Buck, buck, 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 buck." And 50 yards from us,
to my right.
Yeah, to our right. Which we were sitting like this.
Yeah,
so it was over
off
there.
to my right.
I had the 350 Legend on a tripod. I snapped it off and just stood over him.
I closed my eyes, plugged my ears, and opened my mouth. Yeah. And the barrel was right here.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of people in this world that I trust to do that kind of thing. But I was like, I look and I see him scamper up the hill into these pines. He only made it 20 yards up the hill and piled over.
Oh, yeah. That went from hanging out.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really fun hunt. Luckily you put that little handful of tasty treats there.
Yep.
And it just made him stop just long enough to stand there and put his head down.
There's a doe right there with him, right?
Yeah, his doe. So, yeah, and then this is Crab Claw, which that's my biggest buck right there.
Gosh.
That was
he has all the funky genes.
He does have all the funky genes. Remember I shot another deer that had that little ball on that left one there at the farm.
Have you seen that trail cam video of that big one walking around right now?
Like a couple days ago, he was there. Yeah.
He's real tall, and he's wide, and he looks like he's got a little crab claw, but his one, well, it's the same brow. His right brow tine goes back, and he's got all that funk on it.
Yeah.
It might be the same. The genetics are so similar to that one.
Yeah.
I swear there's a few down there that are all off of this same line.
No, poor guy's got cobwebs in his antlers.
Needs that clean.
Yeah,
He's so dirty.
Ooh, that's a big deer. Big ass.
Dirty ass, big ass.
So now it's almost time to start doing that again. I can't wait.
We gotta get down there.
I know.
We still gotta move the redneck.
We gotta move the redneck. We got the big enclosed, our nicest like stand thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna move that to where horses can't get to our tasty treats, but then make it basically a kid spot, a kid /
gun, really good gun spot too. Yeah. I still don't know. Now we gotta figure out where.
Yeah, we'll change our mind at least 3 times. We really need to be confident in it though before we move, because that's a one-time move.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't want to move it after this time.
No,
it's gonna be a pain enough.
It is gonna be a pain, but I don't even know how we'll have to take down the Orange Trail probably, or the Orange Gate.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
The other big win of the summer of the off season was I purchased the solar panels for the trail cams, and they've been out for like 3 or 4 weeks now. They're all at 100% battery still. Great. Like having those at 100% battery, because they each take like 10 to 16 batteries a piece now.
Yeah.
And like you refill that 3 times, it's the price of a trail cam or a solar panel.
So I never really got that, like, because you would always do it. And then there was the one time we went down there, like me and Ashley, the boys stopped by there, and I flopped them out. I was like, son of a bitch, that was $88 in batteries.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. It's not, so the solar cam's huge.
Right now, 2 of them are at 99%, and one's at 100%. And they've been down there for like 3 weeks.
Well, what bucks are running around today?
Nothing today. It's doe city today.
Is it?
It's been we got 1 doe with 2 little fawns, which is awesome to see.
Are they spotted?
Oh, they're spotted. Spot out the yin yang.
Oof.
But it's doe in Fawn City. That big buck was at Courtney Corner and Creek Cross 2 days on the 28th. He's a dandy. That's the number 1 stunner for this year so far.
The number 1 stunner.
There's always 1 or 2 that we don't really see a lot in the summer that kind of start coming around in like August, September that I'm interested to see. We don't hunt it anymore really, but I really want to put a cam back up at the Hilton. The Hilton is the number 1 picture taker of bucks.
It really is.
We don't hunt it because that stand is just not good for that place.
No.
We need to try to move that stand if it's possible.
The Hilton, yeah.
Because we got forks for the tractor. I wonder if we could put forks under it and just lift it out of the ground.
I bet we could if we just kind of try to rock it and kind of dig it out.
Lift it out of the ground and then carry it. Redneck, something has got to go across the creek into that 3 trails field.
We could make it so you could shoot back in. See, I feel like you get wind screwed all the time. So I actually thought of that too, like make it over there so you can see 3 trails and you can see back
into the Hilton field. Yeah. And with a gun, you're going, and anything's going to come out of the woods to the east.
Yeah, where the Poacher's Point is, whatever.
Yep.
We've got all these decisions to make.
It's so exciting
It
to
is
just
so
get
exciting.
into it.
It's finally that time. Baseball or softball will be done.
Yep.
Work will be slowing down.
Yep.
That's the good time. So.
October is big whitetail, and then the rut hunt. It's our favorite week of the year. And then hopefully after that, we're lucky enough to both tag out by then, and we could just get right into ducks and upland.
It would be nice. It would be very nice. So
I'm very excited for upland this year.
Yeah.
Taking Charlie Walter out at the same time was a huge success.
Yeah,
when we went out to that place.
What was that called?
Brain fart. I
can't remember either.
Great place.
It was fun though. It's
awesome terrain.
West in Indiana.
Yeah, west of here, near Brazil.
Yeah.
Like that was an awesome place. Like we need to get them out on the first cool day this fall and take them back out there and let them get after it, and then take at least one trip out west and do it.
I think they're ready for it. I really do. They did
fine that day. That's perfect.
Yep. Walter goes back to.
Walter's a machine.
He goes back for his junior year
in
August.
He's a machine.
He is. I'm telling you, it's that dude. This dude right here.
Yeah.
David with it's called Faith in the Point. It's abbreviated FIT Point Dogs. Dude, he saved Walter.
Yeah.
Walter was about to just be like a pet. Like he put so much time into him because he doesn't have like that natural drive. What I thought was a really good place. I bought him from Shotgun Bird Dog Ranch, which is it's a puppy mill. That's what it is. They talk the talk, and when you didn't know, I'm like, I didn't know any better. I just Googled it.
Well, it's funny that like I thought that like being registered meant something.
Yeah.
He's at KC registered. His parents are both at KC registered. Like, that means nothing.
Yeah, it means
you just
nothing. Great.
Send in paperwork to an organization and pay them $40 or whatever it is, and they say you're registered.
Yeah.
Like, that means nothing.
So I'm interested to get him back for his junior year and then see what he can do.
Yep.
But it should be fun.
I know.
Now I got to go. Those big storms that took me out of the golf outing, they've blown down trees and limbs everywhere. So now I get to go spend a few hours cutting down trees and all that stuff. But,
fun. Well,
but yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
New studio things.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's air conditioned.
We're learning, and I don't know. We're down it back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This is no longer news anchors.
No, it's not. I like this.
Yep.
This really nice,
the rocking's real
The rocking's like, well, just doing some rocking and some talking.
Need your rocking hair.
So there you go. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. I'd see it.